Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today, I wanted to talk about why people stay in relationships that are unhealthy and how that leads to relationship burnout and overall burnout. So, why people stay is varied, of course. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's, feeling stuck, sometimes it's a feeling of at least knowing what to expect, I guess. So there's some fear in the unknown and being alone. So there's a lot of different reasons. And also I think one of the biggest ones is this sense that we've made this choice to be with this person and we were in love with them and we fell in love with them. And so that has to mean something, right? Because if we're in a relationship with someone that we've claimed to love publicly to all our friends and family and everything, and then we realize that maybe we no longer love them the same way or we no longer love them at all, we might have this feeling that it kind of reflects badly on us because we were the one who chose them, right? But I mean, here's the thing. If you're taking your time in getting to know someone and really, taking that time to build that foundation and trust, and really looking for those signs of a good solid connection and safety, then when obviously things do change and people change and sometimes it's not for the better, but overall, there's a lot of times that maybe people don't see the red flags, maybe because they've rushed into things or because they were, sort of blinded by the love and the excitement of it all, or maybe the other person was really good at hiding those red flags for a while, but eventually they're going to show themselves. And it's a sign of self-love and self-respect to know when to leave or when to create boundaries within your relationship, and sometimes that causes a break in the relationship. And really, the fear of being alone comes up, and also what other people will think of me, as far as like maybe it's a failed relationship, and so maybe that feels like a personal failure, but in reality, some of it isn't failure. Some of it's actually what was meant to happen and what should happen, in that you come out of an unhealthy relationship with the opportunity to go and find that healthy relationship. So, I know it can feel all very negative, but if you're in a relationship with someone who consistently, I mean, like, so, sometimes life comes up and throws things at us that makes it hard for us to still be connected and engaged with our partners, and there's lots of things pulling at us. But if consistently your partner isn't able to help you to feel seen and heard, isn't listening to your needs and responding to those needs as much as they can, don't seem to be like in it and be willing to work on things, and if they're leaving you feeling invalidated a lot, then those are signs of an unhealthy relationship. And we can ask our partners for what we need and want. We can show them what we need and want by modeling how to show and receive love. However, if that other person's not in a place to be able to really make those changes and do that work on themselves, sometimes it is better for us to, do that work for, to build up the self-love and to build up the confidence so that we can say, this isn't working anymore. And I'm willing to do this amount of work. I need you to do this amount of work, and together we'll do some work. If that partner's not willing to do their work and the together work, then you need to move on, right? So, staying in a relationship where we keep hoping the other person will change when they've shown that consistently they're not able to do that for whatever reason. And this isn't to, shame them or blame them, that, maybe they have their own wounding that makes it really hard for them at this point in their journey to show up in the ways that you need for a healthy relationship. As much as we can love that person, and there might be lots of lovable things about them, that doesn't mean that we need to stay in relationship with them. So I hope this makes sense. I hope maybe it helps if you're in this kind of relationship to kind of hear some different perspectives and just maybe gain some different insights into the fact that when we show up for ourselves and we start to love ourselves like truly, and we do that work to get to know ourselves and connect with who we are, the shadow work, as well as, connecting to our source of love and our source of peace within us, that will shift relationships. And sometimes that shift is uncomfortable, and change is uncomfortable a lot of times, but the other side of it, when you get through that uncomfortableness, is more ease and more balance. And then, you might have some other stuff come up, and you deal with that and you work through that, and it's uncomfortable. And then you get to the other side of that. And each time that we do those sort of, rides through the uncomfortableness, utilizing the skills that we have, and also the ability to tap into what we're actually going through, can help us, on the other side of those tough times, to give us the resilience, as well as the ability to create a window of tolerance, a space within us that can remain calm, and there'll be parts of us that will start to be agitated and triggered, but this core sense, or that window of tolerance that I talk about, if that can find a more sense of calm and peace, and we can actually grow that through the practices that we do to, learn about ourselves, to heal unhealed wounds, to, deal with the darker shadow parts of ourselves, and to find that acceptance and love for ourselves. It does radiate out into our relationships, and sometimes it can have really positive, profoundly changing capabilities. And then other times it might just reveal that the relationship is no longer healthy, and maybe incapable of healthiness at that point. Sometimes it gets to that point, and we can stay stuck there and just moan and groan about how our partner won't change, or we can change ourselves and then decide what we want to do from that place of strength, and from that place of feeling that peace and resilience within us. And that's a far better place to be than questioning whether you feel safe in this relationship, whether you feel heard, and whether your partner will ever change. It starts with you. So if you're ready to start that work and you're looking for some guidance, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to chat. We can chat over Messenger. We can get on a quick little Zoom call. We can do, the free 45-minute consultation. So there's different ways that you can reach out, and we can kind of get a sense of what's going on for you, and what might be a good path forward for you to find that sense of balance and that sense of peace within yourself, and start to grow that energy outward. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this helpful. Please share any comments that you might have in the comments section, and let me know how you're doing. Namaste.